Welcome, my dear friend. You're here today for a reason. This moment isn't a coincidence, and the words you're about to hear are not just another round of motivational fluff. They are the truth you've been waiting for, the kind that shakes you to your core and shifts your perspective forever. This message isn't meant to coddle you or reassure you in ways that leave you comfortably numb. No, this is your wake-up call. The world has been lying to you about what it means to be chosen, and it's time to open your eyes. If you've ever felt like your life doesn't match the images they've sold you, or like you're walking a road that seems so lonely and misunderstood, then this is for you. The world doesn't celebrate your transformation because it can't see the depth of your journey. Most people are too comfortable with mediocrity to understand what you're going through. But here's the truth. You are not here to blend in. You are called to rise. You are set apart. And in the quiet moments when you feel misunderstood, that's when the truth is most evident. I want you to take a moment and reflect on this. Leave a 77 in the comments if you feel this message deep in your soul. Let it be a reminder that you are seen, you are heard, and this message is meant for you. The truth you've been searching for has arrived. Let it sink in. The path less traveled, embracing the unseen journey. Being chosen isn't about what the world tells you. It's not about the applause, the recognition, the admiration, or the likes. These things will never be the markers of your true success. Instead, being chosen means walking a path that is less traveled, a path that others are often too afraid to even glance at. It's not glamorous. It's not always fun. In fact, there are days when it feels like a burden, but there's power in that struggle. The chosen ones don't walk the easy road, and you know that deep inside. You felt the weight of being different, the discomfort of standing out in a crowd, and the loneliness that comes with knowing that the world can't understand your journey. But here's the thing, that's the point. You were never meant to fit in. You were created to stand apart, to challenge the norm, and to rise higher than others dare to dream. Embrace it. The world will try to make you feel small because you disrupt their comfort. Your growth is a mirror that reflects their stagnation, and it scares them. But do not shrink for their comfort. The road you walk will lead you to a place where only those who truly understand your journey will stand beside you. And that's more than enough. The illusion of external validation, breaking free from the need for approval. It's time to let go of the false idea that you need external validation to be successful. You don't need applause, you don't need recognition, and you certainly don't need the approval of people who don't truly see you. The truth is, most people are only interested in you when it serves them. They'll come to you when they need something, but when you need something, they vanish into the background. That's not a coincidence. That's a revelation. You've been seeking approval from the wrong places, trying to prove your worth to people who will never truly appreciate your journey. It's time to stop looking to others for validation. The applause of others was never meant to define you. You were meant to find your strength from within, to seek approval from your higher self, and to connect with your divine purpose. When you look for validation from others, you lose sight of your true path. The more you search for it from external sources, the more disconnected you become from the truth of who you are. The truth is, your purpose is far bigger than the applause of anyone around you. So stop seeking approval from those who can't see your worth. Instead, focus on growing in the direction that God is calling you. Your validation comes from within and from your divine connection. That's where your power lies. The strength in solitude, transformation through loneliness. Loneliness is not a punishment. It's part of your transformation. Many times, we look at loneliness as something negative, something that signifies abandonment or failure. But for the chosen ones, loneliness is essential. It's during these solitary moments that your transformation happens. When you are alone, free from the distractions of others' opinions, you have the space to listen to your soul. The weight of loneliness can feel heavy, and yes, it may hurt at times. But this is the space where you are being purified. God is setting you apart. He's removing people, situations, and distractions to allow you to hear His voice more clearly. You will find that the closer you get to your true purpose, the quieter the world around you becomes. And that is exactly what you need. Your transformation is happening in the silence. The noise of the world cannot match the clarity that solitude brings. Many will not understand why you seem distant, why you no longer fit in with the old crowd, but that's okay. You didn't lose them, they lost you. They were only meant to be a chapter in your story, and now it's time to write the next one. Don't confuse loneliness for abandonment. It's alignment. It's God's way of ensuring that you walk the path that is yours and yours alone. Embrace the silence. In it, you'll discover a power, a strength, and a wisdom that you could never have found in the noise. Trust that this season of solitude is building you for something greater, and know that you are never truly alone. When God removes, understanding the purpose behind loss. Loss is an inevitable part of the journey for the chosen ones, but it's also one of the most misunderstood. You may have felt the sting of losing people, situations, or even dreams that once felt like they were meant to be a part of your life forever. But here's the truth. When God removes something or someone from your life, it's not a punishment, it's a divine intervention. What may seem like abandonment or failure is actually God's way of protecting you, guiding you towards something greater. The truth is, many people who come into our lives are only meant to stay for a season. They serve a purpose in our growth, but when that purpose has been fulfilled, they must be removed. This is not a rejection of you, but a redirection. You may have felt confusion or pain when certain people suddenly disappeared from your life, but what you didn't see in that moment was the divine orchestration at play. God knows what's ahead, and He knows what you need to keep moving forward. There are people in your life who, whether intentionally or unintentionally, cannot go where you're going. Their energy, their mindset, and their limitations hold you back from stepping into the fullness of your calling. When God removes these people, it's because they are not aligned with the higher path you are walking. It's not your fault. It's simply a part of your divine evolution. Don't mourn what has been taken. Instead, trust that God is clearing the space for your next level, for new opportunities, for the right people to enter at the right time. Trust that your purpose is bigger than any temporary loss, and that every step you take forward is guided by a hand far greater than your own. The family dilemma, why your growth can be a threat to them. This is a hard truth to face, especially when it comes from the people who are supposed to love and support you unconditionally, your family. The chosen ones often find themselves in a difficult position. As they grow, the very people who are supposed to be their greatest supporters can sometimes become their biggest critics. But why is that? Why does your growth feel like a threat to them? The answer lies in the discomfort that comes with change. When you begin to grow and evolve, you reflect the possibility of change for those around you, and many of them are not ready to face the truth about their own stagnation. It's painful for them to watch you rise, because it forces them to confront their own lack of movement. They see you stepping into your purpose, reaching for higher heights, and it creates a mirror that they are unwilling to look into. The discomfort they feel isn't a reflection of you, but of their own unhealed wounds and unfulfilled potential. This is why, instead of celebrating your success, they may retreat into jealousy or resentment. But you must understand this. Your growth is not an indictment on them. It's a reflection of your calling. You are not meant to shrink yourself to make them comfortable. Your journey is your own, and while family is important, their approval should not define your worth or your path. Some of your family members will never see you for who you truly are. They will never acknowledge the struggles you've endured or the victories you've earned, and that's okay. Your purpose isn't tied to their recognition. It's tied to your divine mission. You don't need their approval to walk in your greatness. The more you grow, the more you will realize that your family isn't always your support system. Sometimes, they are part of the lesson in learning to stand on your own. So keep climbing. Chosen one, and don't look back to see if they are applauding. The only applause you need is from the divine, and that is more than enough. Embracing your uniqueness, rising above the noise. As a chosen one, you were never meant to blend in. You were designed to stand out, to break barriers, and to create waves in a world that thrives on conformity. But embracing your uniqueness isn't always easy. It can feel isolating to be different, to think differently, to see the world through a lens that most people don't understand. You may find that the more you embrace who you are, the more others try to push you back into the mold they've created for you. But here's the truth. Your uniqueness is your greatest gift. You were created this way for a reason. The world doesn't need more of the same. The world needs people like you who are willing to step outside of the norm, to challenge the status quo, and to rise above the noise. When you embrace your true self, you'll notice that others may try to dim your light. They'll criticize, judge, and label you in ways that make you question your worth. But do not let their noise drown out your truth. Their discomfort with your light is a reflection of their inability to embrace their own. You were chosen to show the world that there is more to life than the limitations they've accepted. Your purpose is to shatter the illusion of normalcy and to invite others to awaken to the truth of who they are. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to stand out, even when it feels like the world is against you. You weren't called to fit in. You were called to break through. The noise of the world will always try to drown out your voice, but the louder it gets, the stronger you must stand in your truth. Rise above the noise, embrace your uniqueness, and know that your presence is exactly what this world needs. The power of inner validation, strengthening your connection with the divine. In a world that constantly seeks external approval, it's easy to fall into the trap of looking for validation from others. We live in a society that is obsessed with likes, comments, and accolades, and it's easy to think that our worth is defined by how others see us. But the truth is, the only validation you need is the validation you give yourself. Your worth isn't determined by anyone else's approval. It's inherent in who you are. And when you connect deeply with the divine, you'll realize that you are already validated in ways that the world could never comprehend. The divine sees you for who you truly are, not for the roles you play or the labels others put on you. Your connection with the divine is where your true power lies. When you strengthen this connection, you'll find that the need for external validation fades away. You will no longer rely on the opinions of others to feel worthy or validated, because you will know your worth intrinsically. The divine created you with a purpose, and that purpose doesn't require the approval of the world. It only requires your faith, your trust, and your commitment to walk the path you were destined for. When you tap into the power of inner validation, you align yourself with the truth of your existence. You will begin to make decisions based on your own understanding of your worth, not on the fleeting opinions of others. Strengthen your connection with the divine through prayer, meditation, and quiet reflection. In this space, you'll find the peace and confidence to continue your journey without looking to anyone else for reassurance. Your worth is eternal, and it comes from the divine, not from anyone else. When you walk in this truth, nothing can shake your foundation. The burden of purpose, how to carry your calling without doubt. The burden of purpose is one that many chosen ones understand all too well. It's the weight of knowing you were created for something greater, something far beyond the ordinary. This weight can feel heavy at times, even overwhelming, but it is not meant to break you, it is meant to shape you. You were given this calling because you have the strength to carry it. Every chosen one has moments where doubt creeps in, when the road seems too hard, and when the destination feels too far away. But what you must remember is that this burden is not a punishment, it is a divine trust. The very fact that you have been called to something greater means that you have been equipped with everything you need to carry it. The journey will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. There will be moments when you question if you're on the right path, when you wonder if you're strong enough to keep going. And in those moments, you must remember that doubt is not a reflection of your capabilities, but of your fear. Your calling is bigger than your fear. It is bigger than your doubt. When you face these challenges, lean into your purpose. The burden of purpose will push you to grow in ways you never thought possible, but it will also reward you with a sense of fulfillment that nothing else can provide. Trust that you are being prepared for something extraordinary, something that only you can do. The weight you feel is the weight of greatness, and it will never be too much for you to carry. Walk in your calling with confidence, knowing that it is yours for a reason, and you are more than equipped to fulfill it. Letting go of the old, clearing space for new beginnings. Letting go is one of the hardest, yet most necessary steps in the journey of a chosen one. As you evolve and grow into your divine purpose, you will find that the old things, old habits, old relationships, old mindsets no longer serve you. But letting go is not always easy. You may feel guilty for leaving behind parts of your past, especially when those parts have been a part of you for so long. But the truth is, you cannot step into the new without clearing space for it. You cannot hold onto everything and expect to receive everything. There are old energies, old people, and old situations that must be released in order for the new to enter. These old things are often rooted in fear, insecurity, or attachment, and they prevent you from fully embracing the future that awaits you. When you let go, you create room for divine opportunities, new relationships, and fresh energy to enter your life. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or abandoning. It simply means acknowledging that some things are no longer aligned with the person you are becoming. It's about releasing what no longer serves your growth and trusting that what's meant for you will find its way to you. The process of letting go can be painful, but it is also liberating. It is a necessary part of your transformation. Know that every step forward requires a step away from the past. The old must be released so that the new can unfold. Trust that your future is brighter than your past, and the space you create will be filled with blessings beyond your imagination. The courage to walk alone, trusting the process and your divine purpose. Walking alone is one of the most difficult and yet most empowering experiences for the chosen ones. As you journey through life, you will find that the road you walk may not always have companions by your side. The truth is, the path of purpose is often solitary because it requires a level of focus and commitment that others may not understand. This doesn't mean that you are abandoned or that you're meant to be isolated forever. It simply means that you are in a season of alignment, a season where you must trust the process and your divine purpose without the distraction of others. The courage to walk alone is not about rejecting relationships or cutting off the people you love. It's about trusting that the journey you are on is unique to you. Sometimes, walking alone is necessary in order to hear your inner voice clearly, to reconnect with your divine guidance, and to grow in ways that would not be possible with others walking beside you. Trust the process. Trust that this time of solitude is part of your preparation. Every moment you walk alone is building your strength, sharpening your focus, and aligning you with your higher purpose. It's easy to doubt yourself when you feel isolated, but remember that the greatest breakthroughs often happen in solitude. You are not alone because you are being punished. You are alone because you are being prepared for greatness. Walking alone doesn't make you weak, it makes you stronger. It teaches you to trust in yourself, in your purpose, and in the divine plan that is unfolding for you. Know that even in your solitude, you are never truly alone. You are always surrounded by the divine presence, guiding you every step of the way. Conclusion: rise, chosen one, and walk into your destiny. This is your moment. The journey you've been on, the struggles you've faced, the doubts you've overcome, they've all been preparing you for what's ahead. Now it's time to rise. It's time to step into your destiny and embrace everything you've been called to be. Your purpose is bigger than your fear. Your calling is greater than any obstacle. You have everything you need to walk boldly into the life you were meant to live. Stop waiting for permission from others. Stop seeking approval from those who don't understand your journey. The doors God is opening for you don't require a +1. It's your time to step forward with confidence, knowing that you are divinely guided and divinely equipped. The road ahead may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. You were born to rise above the noise, to break free from limitations, and to live a life that reflects the greatness within you. Don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to shine. Your light is not meant to be dimmed for anyone's comfort. It's meant to illuminate the path for others, to inspire those who need to see what's possible when you walk boldly in your purpose. So rise, chosen one, walk into your destiny with courage, with faith, and with the unwavering belief that you were created for something extraordinary. This is your time. Step into it.